Hello and welcome to another installment of Comparative Reasoning. I'm your host, Cedric Kennedy, and I want to talk to you about how to validate bad actions and bad people. It's something that we do constantly. Somebody wrongs us, and what we have to do is let them know that it's okay for them to wrong us, even no matter how small or major it is. That's how you help bad people. The action can be bad and you can redeem yourself. It's fine. Mistakes happen. You know that. It's okay to make mistakes. It's just not okay for your mistakes to be okay. So, a quick history for me, so you can know that I can have some kind of backing of what I'm talking about. When I first get online, when I'm going to speak to somebody in a group setting, and I have no idea anything about that group, I tend to alter my tone, not pitch or voice. I just speak a little bit like this, just so nobody can understand what I'm saying. So, I just want everybody to understand that I am somebody that's going to be on their side, somebody on their side, something like that. It could be multitudes of certain, dialects or something. So when they find out that I'm black, that's when certain things happen. So I'll just speak out this one thing. So you get to know these people enough in the game where you can be more loose-tongued and relaxed. But when you got your privilege versus your everyone has to know when to just chill and just let things go. Because the privileged never have to suffer. They just never have to. When they do, they're shocked. So what happened was that there was a conversation and everyone was joking. And normally if you get somebody, you get a little zinger in on them or something like that. But this was different. It was more like, oh crap, man. He threw you under the bus. And then the other guy chimes in like, yeah, more like the back of the bus. And then it was that awkward silence because everybody knows how messed up that was. I had already started seething. I was livid. I was vexed. And then he goes, no hard feelings, just a joke. When you have your privilege and you don't have to suffer or have a negative history like others, oh yeah, you can make those jokes. It's easy to make those jokes, isn't it? Somebody finds something personal about you and then they make those jokes. Well, it's not a joke. Now it's personal, right? That's how that works. So, no, I logged off. I was pissed. So this carried on for some days. And instead of saying, I messed up, that was stupid, I don't know where that came from, or I was feeling the moment, inhibitions dropped, my bad, I will never do that again, he spends his entire time trying to justify it. Trying to make me feel like the bad guy for being upset that he made a racial joke, a negative one at that. And so yeah, I get it. And once found out, yeah, that I am the black guy in the group, one of the like two that was there, actually three, but the other one never spoke. Always says mic was broke. Yeah, once it came out that I was the black guy, instead of helping me and trying to teach me at all times, they left me behind. And in this game, I got killed quite a bit. Where otherwise I wouldn't. I would have learned and I would have helped. It was night and day. So when it comes to Trump supporters and everything that's happening, let's say Trump loses. Just think about this. The people are going to say, it's what's going to happen inside is going to die down. Those racists that came out saying their racist stuff, saying basically you're N-word lovers since you're going to like Biden and Harris. Wear your papers. They were doing that. These Trump supporters were doing that. They were carrying their guns, threatening people that were going to vote. They were trying to ram people off the road. They had their multitudes of videos, talking about negativity towards black people, Mexicans, indigenous people, the original people of this land, the indigenous. Those without, then none of us would be here, Yeah, see, what's going to happen is they're going to be like, look, I got lost. We're pissed. We're sad. We're forlorn. We're lamenting. But you know what? That was the past. We can still chill. And when you say, yeah, ain't no need to go there, that was just politics, or that was just at the moment, or tempers ran high, let's not go and dwell on this, or let's just squash it because it ain't worth it. You're validating not only their bad actions but them as a bad person and all of their bad teachings. Nobody learns a lesson without that key, clutch, critical niche moment of suffering. And I don't mean to cause them suffering. I mean when you have a friend, you've chilled together, hung together, you don't have a bad issue with each other. You might have some disagreements here and there, but it don't matter. But suddenly you get a hold of some other friends, or some other people get a hold of you, and all of a sudden your actions towards that actual friend changes. You don't hang around them anymore. They're not as cool. They're not as important. And you abandon them slowly but surely over the course of a few weeks to a month, maybe a couple of months. And then at some point you're like, what's her or his face? And you call them. Hey man, it's been a while since we spoke. Click, they hang up. Or, obviously end the call. Well, the first thing you're going to think is either they're mad or maybe the call dropped. So then you give it a little time. For those that are just in the dark about the dumb that they've done. And then you call back, click, or I don't want to talk to you. See, they know, you messed up. You messed up. The idea is to apologize. That's the idea, to apologize. Know your error. But most won't even know that error. There are a few camps, and those camps are very clear cut. You've got one that'll say, what are you upset about? We ain't spoke for a while, but I didn't think we were like this. What happened? You abandoned me. You left me for other people. You didn't even want to include me. Something like that. That's when you have your moment. You know what you did. What camp are you going to be in? What camp? Are you going to be in the camp of the bad guys? Because a true bad guy, a true villain, they're the ones that mess up. And then they'll say, look, man, that was back then. There's no harm, no foul. We need to move past this. We're cool. We're buds. And they'll be like, no. No. Or they might be like, yeah, we chilled a long time together. Ain't no need on being like this. And what have you learned? Nothing. You know what you did. You are that sneaky, jacked up child that, hey, don't get the cookies. Leave them alone. You have your dinner first. Parent turn the back. You know what you're doing. You go in there and get them cookies. You just got to have them. And what happens when you get them? Tastes so good. Tastes just right. You ain't thinking about your parents anymore. You ain't thinking about that rule. Then you get caught. How? Because they didn't open them. You had to open them. They didn't eat 4 or 5 of them, or 2 or 3 or 1 or half, or try to get that one chocolate chip out, or whatever you may have done. And see, and then they say, look, that's it. You knew better. Done. No TV. No the phone. No whatever the punishment. No, I don't know. No toys or something. And all of a sudden, how are you? I'm mad at you. I'm mad at the parent. You can't punish me. That ain't right. That's a villain for you right there. And the idea is to keep your children from becoming villains. But what happens when they grow up like that? They teach themselves that. Then you can get that one that can abandon you, come back and just say, Why don't you just get over it? Move past it. You have your ample points in life to learn and you choose not to. What's the other camp? The other camp is the camp I don't respond to. See, both camps are, that's why I don't have many friends. You can say, well, you don't have any friends because of just who you are. Yeah, who I am. I am somebody with standards. I am somebody that wants, positive things around me, fun things, better things, intellectual, honest, true. That's what I want. That's me. I can trip out and have the most zaniest fun possible, but I'm going to be responsible about it. I'm going to be respectful about it. So if I mess up, I do something dumb, I'm not going to look at them and say, oh, I'm sorry, you can't handle it. See, those are the other bad guys and bad actions. The ones that have that BS apology. I don't read those comments. When it begins like that, I'm not going to read the rest. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't handle this. Oh, I'm sorry, you took it this way. I'm sorry, you feel this way. Or even get to the end of it. And you know what? I'm just sorry, you can't handle it. I'm not going to take your comment serious. I'm not going to take you serious. I'm going to see you exactly as you are, a fucking troll. It's that simple. You're a troll and you don't need my attention. I will think about it. Not what you think, just that BS apology, that comment. I will think about that and realize I don't need to talk to you. I'm not going to block you. I'm not going to mute you. I'm not going to get mad if you give me a downvote. Why? Because you can be the mean girl all you want. You're not going to win. You can take away every single subscriber I got. You're not going to win. You can't beat me. You can't defeat me. And anyone out there that upload videos that might go through some harsh times, you need to understand they can't beat you. They can't defeat you unless you let them. Do not validate their bad actions. Do not validate bad people. What you do is you march forward. If you make a mistake, you own up to it. And if they can't handle you owning up to it, then accept their weakness and the prey food that they are to you, because that's what they are. If you want to provoke somebody's thoughts or something like that and try to have a little witty thing and they misunderstand where you're coming from, you know what you do? Hey, whoa, okay, I see where you're going. My bad. No, what I was saying was this. You don't give out a BS apology. You don't tell them to get over it. You tell them like, oh my God, you can't take a joke, or oh my God, you can't understand sarcasm. No. Because it all comes back to that initial point where you messed up, you were being bad, you know what you were doing. Bringing it back around. Like these Trump supporters with the back of their cars or the tearing down signs, holding their guns, shouting racial epithets and things like that. And then later, those friends that they used to have, they're going to be like, oh yeah, election's over, but you know what? We all chill now. No. No. Why? Because those things that they were doing, if somebody else was doing it to them, saying what they were saying, they would be livid. They would be hurt. They would be scarred. That's the truth. They're bullies, and you need not validate their bully tactics. They messed up. They owe the true apology, an honest apology. And there is no honest apology without honest actions to make those corrections and keep them correct. So, from this day going forward, if you are somebody that wants to be a jerk towards me and be and be nasty and be like, well, it's the internet. It don't matter. It don't matter. Act like you got some sense. Speak to me, with me, or anybody else in the comment section like you got some sense. Do that. And if you've shown that you can't do that, then nobody's going to see you. I'm not going to block you. I'm not going to ban you. I'm not gonna do none of that. You can always say what you want to say, but you just don't have to be seen. You don't have to be heard because you've proven that your words mean nothing, that you mean nothing. I want people to help spread a positive message. And if you've got Trump supporters or something in your life that started being a jerk to you, you point out how they messed up and you tell them, you did this. These are your actions. You do not, you hear me? Do not add motive. You did this because you just don't like such and such, or you did this because, no. You leave that out. This is what you did. You know you're wrong. You know there's no backing behind your rhetoric or your words or whichever you want to use. You keep it simple. You keep it direct. If you can't be a stand-up person and do the right thing, apologize and be better, then you don't need me in your life. And I sure as hell don't need you. And with that said, this has been Cedric Kennedy for Comparative Reasoning. Thank you for listening.